Help! Somebody please help my mom! The desperate cry of two identical twin girls pierced through the noise of the city street. People stopped for a moment, looked, then moved on. No one wanted to get involved. But one man did. A tall, quiet single dad wearing an old leather jacket with a faded marine patch on the shoulder set his coffee down and ran toward the sound. He didn't know then that what he was about to do would change his life, and reveal a secret skill that would shock everyone watching. The girls, no older than 8, were kneeling beside a woman slumped against a sleek black car. Her face was pale, her breathing shallow. The crowd had formed a hesitant circle around her, whispering but doing nothing. The veteran dropped to his knees without hesitation. "I'm a combat medic," he said calmly, checking her pulse. It was weak. Her lips were turning blue. "What happened?" he asked. One of the twins sobbed. "She just fell. She said she couldn't breathe." He tore open his small duffel bag, something he always carried out of habit, and pulled out an emergency medical kit. People gasped as he began to work with precise, confident hands. His eyes were sharp, focused, almost military. Within seconds, he cleared her airway, elevated her legs, and started CPR. "Call 911, he barked, and someone finally moved. Minutes felt like hours. The woman's chest finally rose as she gasped for air. The twins cried out in relief, hugging each other. The veteran exhaled deeply, his hands trembling slightly from adrenaline. The sirens wailed in the distance. When paramedics arrived, they looked stunned, because whoever had done the first aid had done it perfectly. "Sir, are you a doctor?" one of them asked. He shook his head. "No, just a dad who's seen enough to know what to do." As the ambulance pulled away, one of the girls grabbed his sleeve. "Please come with us," Mommy said, "never leave us alone." He hesitated but couldn't ignore those teary eyes. "All right," he said softly. At the hospital, things got stranger. Nurses whispered when they learned the unconscious woman wasn't just anyone. She was Emma Reynolds, CEO of Reynolds Industries, one of the most powerful businesswomen in the city. Her condition was critical, and her twin daughters had no one else with them. The veteran sat in the waiting room with the girls asleep on his lap, not realizing security cameras had caught everything. His heroic rescue was already spreading across social media. By morning, reporters were outside. A nurse approached him quietly. "Sir, the woman you saved, she's asking for you." He walked into the private hospital room. Emma, still pale but conscious, looked at him with tired eyes. "You're the one who saved me." He nodded. "Just did what needed doing." She smiled weakly. "My daughters won't stop talking about you," said their hero wears a marine patch. He smiled back. Old habits die hard. Over the next few days, the girls, Lily and Lucy, grew attached to him. They followed him everywhere, their laughter filling the hospital halls. He told them stories about bravery, kindness, and their mother's strength. Emma watched quietly from her bed, moved by how naturally he connected with her daughters, something she herself had struggled to do since their father's death years ago. When she was finally discharged, she invited him for dinner to thank him properly. What started as a simple meal turned into long conversations, laughter, and a deep connection neither expected. She learned that his name was Jack Harper, a former Marine medic who left the service after his wife died in an accident. He was raising his own son, Ethan, alone. Life hadn't been easy for him. He worked construction jobs during the day and drove at night just to make ends meet. Emma was struck by his humility and strength. Despite his pain, he carried hope like armor. Over the following weeks, their lives began to intertwine. Jack helped the girls with homework, taught them how to ride bikes, and spent weekends fixing things around Emma's house. He wasn't just helping her family heal, he was healing too. Then one afternoon, a crisis struck again. Emma's company headquarters caught fire during a charity event. People panicked, smoke filled the building, and chaos erupted. But Jack, who had come with the girls, didn't freeze. He snapped into action, guiding people out, breaking a window to rescue a trapped employee, and even carrying an unconscious man down 2 flights of stairs. When firefighters arrived, they were stunned to find that most of the top floor had already been cleared, by one man. News cameras captured it all. The quiet single dad who had once disappeared into the crowd was now being called a hero nationwide. When Emma saw the footage later, tears streamed down her face. "You saved me, my daughters, and now my people," she whispered. Why do you always risk your life for others? He looked at her gently. Because someone once risked theirs for me. I learned that real strength isn't about fighting wars, it's about saving lives. That night, as the city lights glowed outside the hospital where survivors were treated, Emma reached out and held his hand. You may not wear a uniform anymore, Jack, she said softly, but you're still the bravest man I've ever known. Months passed. The story of the single dad veteran hero became viral inspiration. Emma's daughters often ran to him after school yelling, Daddy Jack. While his son Ethan called them, my sisters. And one evening, at a quiet family dinner, Emma whispered, you didn't just save us, you gave us back what we'd lost. Hope. Jack smiled, his voice low and full of emotion. No, Emma, you gave me something too. A family again. The camera would fade on that image, 4 kids laughing, 2 hearts healing, and a man who once thought his life was over finally finding peace again. So if you believe in second chances, in unseen heroes who still walk among us, then hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that remind us, sometimes, the greatest battles are won not on the battlefield but in the heart.